Hi, my name is Guyleen, and welcome to Colorful Stitches Design Studio. I'm so glad you stopped by my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about a cut above ordinary, how to cut using the Polygon tools, because it's hard to design with them if you don't know how to cut with them. So stay tuned, hold on, get some coffee, some tea, hot cocoa, your favorite beverage, and hang on. We're going to do a cut above ordinary. Polygon 3, the third tool in the Polygon series. This is where dreams take flight. Why? You'll see in a minute. The Polygon 3 tool makes 3 shapes. It's going to make a small kite. That's why dreams are taking flight, because it makes a small kite. It cuts a big kite, and it cuts a house shape. The small kite in the house cut from a 3-inch strip. The large kite cuts from a 4.5-inch strip. And that's the minimum size you need. I typically cut mine from a 5.5 because I have a lot of those stored because of the Polygon 2 tool, that everything pretty much cuts from a 5.5-inch strip. So I typically use a 5.5-inch strip for that. I have a little quick hack to make the small kite that I'm getting ready to show you. So hold on, stay tuned. This is where dreams take flight. Let's get to cutting. Don't forget, all directions for how to make the cuts are on the back of the backing board. So there's the tool, there's the backing board, and some cute ideas on how to get started to play around with it. Okay? So we're adding 3 more shapes to our Polygon playground. Let's start with the 3-inch strips. Whether you have your edge cut off or not, it's pretty, you could do it. So let's cut the little kite first. It's the more challenging mentally to cut. If you so happen to have your lead angle already cut, and to cut a lead angle, you can just put the tool in the corner and you can cut off to get your 60-degree angle. For once you have your 60, you're just going to slide the tool into the angle until you see those dash lines. That's where the Polygon kite is sitting, the little kite. So you're just going to slide in there and trim it out. Now, I always like to make my first cut to save my strip. So I'm going to cut down to save my strip and then make the second cut across. And you have, in fact, a kite. So there's your small kite. Now, what if you needed another kite? You could do that again, is to come in here, cut it, and then slip it down. Or, there's an or. Not that we are short on fabric, but you know, we always try to economize, and I'm an engineer, so I'm about efficiency. The tool is named Polygon 3. Look at the dash lines. You see that dash? That is the kite. Count down 3. See that 3? 3 dash. 1, 2, 3. And put a mark on there. I usually use a Sharpie. Put a mark on there. Then what I do is I lay that mark, that tick mark, and the dash line on the bottom of my strip. And I cut. Then I'm going to slide my tool, see that dash line, into that angle so that that angle is completely flanked by my dash line. And now I'm going to trim out. And I'm going to turn this around so I don't try to slip my wrist here. Tight. Now we're back to the angle. So I can go directly in the angle, cut down, cut across, and then I will have a straight again. And that's when I use the little tick mark. Okay? But that's how you get progressively more. Now, when you want to cut a house, the house is about halfway of the tool. See that word house? And it also cuts with that 3-inch strip. And what you're going to do is you're going to put that dash line on the bottom. And unfortunately, this is not cut out as sexy as the other ones. So you actually have to cut all the way around the tool. But again, I don't like to have messy strips. So I always cut the first cut to save my strip. So that's the first cut. And then I can cut around the tool. And remember, if you need multiple houses with various fabrics, just layer up your strips. I would still open them single layer, and then I would proceed to cut out as many as I needed. Okay, just had to do a little trim work there. And there is the house. So you can get a kite and a house from the 3-inch strip. Now this is kind of fun because it almost looks like a half hexagon, and I'll probably save that for a half hexagon. Now, you may have already heard me talk about those pesky pyramids. And if you look at the Polygon 3 tool, from the house to the tip is also another pesky pyramid. See that? Just in case you wanted to know what was that. That's not a pyramid that plays with anybody else. That's a pyramid that only plays with itself. It's a little selfish pyramid, a little pesky pyramid. Anyway, I do collect those, so it's just to show you that. All right, the last shape we're going to cut is the large kite. And like I said, I typically cut mine from a 5.5-inch strip, but you can certainly cut it from a 4.5-inch is the minimum size strip you need. So if you're using like a layer cake, which is a 10 by 10, you can cut 4 of these off of a layer cake. So I already have my 60-degree angle cut, so I just slip it straight in. And again, first cut, save the strip. So I will typically cut down and then cut across. And even though that looks cool, it's still trash, unfortunately. So that's the first one. The second one, you have this 90, and luckily the kite is a 90 on both sides. So I can go straight into the 90. And for the second kite I need, cut that off, save the strip, and then trim it out. I'm just going to turn it so I'm trimming out a little safer so I can see it, and then trim it out. And that gets you another kite. Okay? And I did that from a 5.5-inch strip, but again, you could do that from a 4.5, and that's the minimum size you need to cut the large kite. Recap. We got big kites. We have little kites. And we have houses. 3 shapes, 1, 2, 3, Polygon 3. This is where dreams take flight. So if you're keeping track, that is what? 10, 13 now shapes in the Polygon series. Make your dreams take flight. Thank you for joining me in Colorful Stitches Design Studio, a cut above ordinary. In the comments below, you will see the link to the website so that you can order any of the tools that you saw in the video today. I'm so glad you stopped by. Please stop by again and stay tuned. More designs to come. Have a great day. Bye.